Some love stories don't end with goodbye. They end with silence and unfinished pause where time is forced to decide what happens next. Years ago, two strangers met by chance and changed each other forever. It wasn't planned. It wasn't logical. But it was real. And now, after everything life has taken and everything it has given, their story still isn't finished. Time keeps moving forward. But memories stay exactly where we left them. The city still shines at night. Streets still glow with promise. And somewhere between crowded sidewalks and quiet hotel rooms, that love story is still breathing soft, unfinished, waiting to be remembered. There was a moment when two completely different worlds crossed paths. One was built on power, money, and control. The other was shaped by freedom, hope, and survival. They were never meant to meet. Yet fate ignored every rule and placed them in each other's lives anyway. What started as something simple, a deal, a moment, a short encounter, slowly turned into something deeper. Something honest. Something neither of them expected to feel. But life doesn't stop just because love feels beautiful. Dreams change. People grow. Choices pull hearts in different directions. And the smiles that once felt permanent slowly faded into distance. Not because the love wasn't strong enough, but because timing was never kind. They didn't lose love. They lost the moment. Years later, the world looks different. Success feels heavier. Freedom feels quieter. The excitement of the past now lives only in old songs, faded photos, and places that still remember their footsteps. Every corner of the city holds echoes of what once was, laughter shared, promises made, nights that felt endless. Sometimes love doesn't break. Sometimes it just waits. A voice inside still asks the same question after all this time. What if the story wasn't over? What if the ending never came because it was never meant to? And as the past slowly begins to find its way back into the present, one truth becomes impossible to deny. Some connections are too strong to disappear. They don't fade. They return. Life didn't turn out the way either of them imagined. From the outside, everything looks perfect. Tall buildings, quiet offices, clean suits, polished smiles, success achieved, respect earned, a life built carefully, step by step. Yet behind closed doors, the silence feels louder than applause. Nights stretch longer when there's no one to share them with. The higher you climb, the colder it can feel. When you're alone at the top, and somewhere else in the same city, life moves at a different rhythm. She's strong now, independent, grounded, real. The struggle shaped her, but it never broke her. She learned how to stand on her own, how to choose herself, how to keep moving forward without looking back. Or at least, that's what she tells herself. Because even when two lives don't cross, memories have a way of returning in quiet moments. A familiar song playing in the background, a laugh that sounds too close to the past, a place passed by accident that brings everything rushing back at once. The past doesn't knock loudly. It whispers, and those whispers are impossible to ignore. There were messages never sent, calls never made, words saved for a day that never came. Each believed the other had moved on, built a new life, found happiness somewhere else. But the truth is simpler and more painful. Some feelings don't disappear just because time passes. They hide. They wait. They stay exactly where they were left. Success cannot replace love. Independence cannot erase memory. And moving forward doesn't always mean letting go. Deep inside, both carry the same unspoken question, heavy and permanent. Did I make the right choice? The world keeps spinning, busy and loud, but inside them something remains unfinished. A chapter left open, a sentence without a full stop. And they don't even realize it yet. But fate is already working quietly, pulling to separate lives closer again. Because some stories don't chase you. They wait until you're ready to face them. And when the past returns, it doesn't ask for permission. It happens when they least expect it. Not planned, not prepared. Just one moment that stops time. A familiar presence fills the air before a face is even seen. Footsteps slow. Breathing changes. The world fades into background noise as the past suddenly stands directly in front of the present. Years of distance collapse into a single heartbeat. They don't speak at first. They don't need to. Silence carries everything words can't. The regret, the memories, the love that never truly left. I search for answers, but all they find is recognition, the kind that doesn't fade, no matter how long it has been. They've both changed. Lines where smiles once were. Strength where fear used to live. Experience carved into their souls. Yet beneath it all, the same connection still burns quietly, waiting for permission to breathe again. The reunion isn't sweet. It's heavy. Old wounds open without warning. Questions rise that were buried for years. Why did we let go? Why didn't we fight harder? Why did we believe time would erase what was real? Every thought presses harder than the last. They walk side by side, close enough to feel the tension, far enough to protect themselves. Every step feels dangerous, every glance feels like a risk. Love is no longer simple, it's layered, fragile, and real. The heart wants to rush back to what once felt safe, while the mind warns about what was lost. This isn't a fairy tale reunion. This is to people finally facing the truth they avoided for too long. Love didn't fail them. Fear did. Timing did. Life did. And now fate offers a second chance, but with a price. Because loving again means risking everything they rebuilt without each other. As emotions rise, one truth becomes impossible to deny. Some love doesn't weaken with time. It grows stronger and more dangerous. This reunion isn't about the past. It's about whether they are brave enough to choose each other again. Because once hearts collide again, walking away might be impossible this time. Love doesn't arrive quietly. It stands in front of them and demands an answer. There's no running anymore. No hiding behind busy lives or old excuses. The past has caught up and the future is waiting. Every look carries meaning. Every pause feels like a choice being made. The heart is ready, but fear still lingers, reminding them of everything they lost before. They are older now, wiser, more aware of what love costs and what it gives. This isn't the innocent romance they once had. This is deeper, stronger, built on truth instead of dreams. They know what it means to lose each other, and that knowledge changes everything. Moments pass in quiet tension. Hands almost touch, then pull back. Words sit on the edge of lips, afraid to fall. Love wants to rush forward, but life has taught them caution. Still, the pull is undeniable. Some connections don't weaken with distance. They sharpen. The world around them keeps moving, unaware of the storm happening inside to hearts. Time presses forward, forcing a decision that can't be delayed anymore. To choose safety and walk away again, or to choose love and face the risk together. This time there are no promises whispered in the dark. No dreams built on hope alone. Only honesty. Only truth. Only the courage to stay. Because love is not about perfection. It's about showing up, especially when it's hard. And as the final moments unfold, one choice changes everything. A step closer. A hand held without fear. A silent promise that this time, they won't let go. Some love stories aren't meant to fade. They're meant to return, stronger than before. And when the screen fades to black, one truth remains. Fairy tales don't end when the story stops.